So they may not be from the town, but here's some older, and how many of you know older people in their 70s and 80s? They like to talk a lot, right? Yeah, because in a way, don't they live kind of a lonely life, and they want to feel valued, and how do you feel valued? You have someone listen to what you experience, right? Yeah. So the fact that someone is there interviewing them, as Devon says, of course they're going to, hey, so they're interviewing me, they're interested in me because I was a slave. So I'm going to talk about slavery in maybe a way that doesn't turn them off and make them want to leave right away, right? And since white people were running things in the South, remember these former slaves, they couldn't go very far. Who else might be in the same town? Relatives of their former owners, their former masters, who might get upset that maybe they'd be bad-mouthing their family, right, or something. So let me play the next two. Really focus on religion, and what is a big part of the African American religious experience to this day. How many African Americans in here go to church regularly? What's a big part of your service? Singing, exactly, the songs. And that's always been a big part of African American culture. So it's the same two people being interviewed. And so I want you, if you flip to the third interview.
The one about Nat Turner?
No, this one is with, again, Laura Smalley. First question is, well, what about getting married? How did they go about marrying the slaves? This one is the most difficult one to understand, so I would recommend following along.
What about getting married? How did they go about marrying? They told me to jump over the I don't know. They told me to go back. I didn't know. Well, did they have church? Did the slaves? I knew the church. Mama said, the old church, I don't believe that for the old church, we would have, told the things like the same, to have a kitchen doors, and then we would have church around there too, all of this on the food. The food. Oh, Mark didn't want to have a church. We don't have no church. And old Master come along with one of them. Was there having church around the church, and he's down praying. And then he's down and he's praying, there's a prayer, old Master coming, there's a prayer, he's praying, there's a prayer. And old Master comes with me. He could pray with me, ask the Lord, have mercy on him, Master. Lord, have mercy on him, Master. Lord, have mercy on him, Master. My soul is with Lord, have mercy on him, Master. I told the Master, so when we get up and we just preach, then I suppose, praise in place. He just said, the old Master stepped back because they might keep you naked. And they might keep you naked. And if you ever stop praying, you have to go and pray. Because you wouldn't stop. Well, that's where the Lord, that's called that. Yeah, the Lord works a lot of that. Yeah, that's called the Lord. Somebody has to get out there and get that book and pray. Let's keep it praying. And I think I said good. I don't know. So that's the other good. So this book is good.
That one was hard to understand. So, based on her experience, how did her former master feel about religion amongst his slaves?
Didn't like it.
Didn't like it at all. Why wouldn't especially someone who was most likely Christian himself, why wouldn't he want his slaves to practice some sort of religion?
Because it would give hope.
Exactly. It would give them some kind of hope, especially the Old Testament. What is the whole Old Testament focused on?
The Jews getting free.
Yeah, the freedom of the Jewish race. And so they equated a lot of that. They sang songs about Moses. Who would be their Moses to come and rescue them from enslavement, from captivity. In the next interview we're going to hear focuses a lot on those songs on the plantation.